Sonoma County rides home with Steve Jaxon on the drive. 1350 KSRO. Breaking news, compelling talk. Depend on it.
All right, in the studio with us, and she's not breaking a sweat. She is Dawna Gallagher-Stroeh. I call her the water goddess of Sonoma County.
Well, thank you. It's always a blast to be here with you, I swear. It's been too long. I should have been in before now.
I know. Well, in Healdsburg right now, that's a big deal. Opponents of fluoridated water opened a new front in their campaign yesterday, urging the Healdsburg City Council to put warning labels in utility bills advising residents not to mix city water with baby formula for infants under 6 months old. Clark Mason wrote this in the PD. You're one of the activists.
Yes. It's a lot of Healdsburg people, but they asked me to work with them and get this done.
You presented the city council with a petition, which has so far been signed by 118 residents there requesting the warning labels.
How to distinguish this from the petition to get it on the ballot? This is merely a letter asking the city to do what many other cities in the state of California have done, and that is put a warning label in the water bill because the fluoridated water should not be used in baby formula, and it shouldn't even be given to kids under 6 years old. So there's a lot. So they don't. I just asked them to put the warning that moms would know that they shouldn't put it in their baby bottle formula.
Yeah, as you've always said, fluoride is a drug, and
it is. Warning
labels should be on there.
It was pretty simple request, and we were very polite about it. And it's interesting. They're still stinging from the fact that they had to put it on the ballot. Of course, we collected way more than the signatures we needed to put it on the ballot in November. The city council really had no choice but to put it on the ballot, or just go ahead and vote it out. They had those two choices. So they were still stinging from that. And unfortunately, if you've been reading the paper in this month alone, the proponents of fluoride, they're losing when they have to say it's an evil plot to harm residents, call you public health terrorists, call it voodoo science, pseudoscience, junk science, scare the voters, and and kill a plan. When they have to resort to those tactics, they're losing.
Was that part of today's editorial in the PD?
Just in June. Yeah.
Which I'm assuming was written by my good friend Paul Gullickson, who is for fluoridation.
That's only because he hasn't looked at the 80 pages of references I've delivered to him and delivered doctors and scientists for him to interview, and he won't do it. So,
how long has Healdsburg had fluoridated water?
The voters voted it in 1952, so they started fluoridating in 53. So the main reason why we're doing this in Healdsburg is for 2 generations, the people have had no choice. And actually, with 62 years having gone by, there's a lot of people that live there that don't even know they're fluoridated. You should have seen the faces when we knocked on doors and said, we're trying to get this petition signed to have a choice on whether to fluoridate or not. And they go, I'm fluoridated? I mean, it's stunning. There's nothing in the water bill except for once-a-year report, and they're lucky if they read it.
Well, I don't read a lot of reports, but I'm against fluoride in the water. But then I talked to Mayor Jim Wood of Healdsburg, a retired dentist and defender of fluoridation. And you heard me. You were listening that day a few weeks ago when he was on, and I finally just said, this is one topic I'm really wishy-washy on, because he and some people make it sound so different when I talk to them. And I think, well, maybe it's not so bad. But then I do a little more investigating. And certainly anytime I'm talking to you, I get wishy-washy in the other way. But I think, if nothing else, the city of Healdsburg and anyone in Sonoma County should be able to vote on this.
Right.
And what's happening with the county of Sonoma, because they've been talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, yes. And the people in Healdsburg are, if you want to find out more information, that group, it's fluoride-free-HBG.org is their website if you were listening in Healdsburg and you want to get involved. So your question is that you want to know what's happening in Sonoma County.
Yeah, because they were talking about it.
I'm less worried.
They haven't voted it or anything.
No. I'm less worried about Sonoma County the more and more time goes on. Here's why. of course, we were battling. There was going to be a vote in March of this year, but the county public health officer resigned December 6th, and I think that's because she saw the handwriting on the wall. We had told her Sonoma County does not qualify under California's mandate to fluoridate, AB 733. You have to have 10,000 or more connections, and their engineering report wants to put it in at the top, or at the Sonoma County Water Agency, Wohler Bridge. There's only 156 connections that go out. They're wholesalers, and they retail, they wholesale the water to 10 contractors in Sonoma County. Only a couple of those contractors even have 10,000 connections under the AB 733, and none of them are going to do it individually. So it's not. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm pretty confident that it won't happen here. Even if the Board of Supervisors want to do it, I think there'll be a suit because several cities do not want to do it.
Oh, yeah. There'll be a suit.
Yeah. So I'm less worried about that. I'm going to worry about my Healdsburg. And the thing that I'm going to do is the paper on Sunday, on Father's Day, said that we had the burden of proof to prove that fluoride was bad for you. And so I just wanted to let you know that if you'll notice, the pro-fluoride people never cite a study. They don't want you to know that in 1986, the largest government-paid-for study, 39,207 school-age children were tested across the United States in non-fluoridated areas and fluoridated areas, and there was no statistically significant difference in the tooth decay rates in these 84 cities. So there is no proof, and I could cite those all day long. You don't have that much time. But the other thing is that the pro-fluoride people don't want you to know.
As soon as you said we don't have that much time, Mike and I both immediately, our heads jerked towards the clocks.
I know Mike's trying to kill. I already know that Mike's trying to kill you, and not with fluoride.
It's like Pavlov's dog, you know.
I know.
You
I know.
say time, and
well,
no.
I want to always respect you, but the thing that's the most important is that the pro-fluoride people they use endorsements and a belief system, and they don't use science. It's kind of sad that they say that we don't use science, because we use facts, and our facts are not scare tactics like theirs are. They say, oh, if you stop fluoridating, the decay rates are going to go up. That's not true. In every place where the fluoride has been stopped, the decay rates continue to go down because people are brushing their teeth, health access. There's a lot of reasons why you can get rid of tooth decay, and none of them are putting a artificial fluoride in the water. See, what's happened is, this is fact number 2 that I just wrote to the paper, hydrofluorosilicic acid, which is what the Board of Supervisors have in their engineering report for Sonoma County, that is a fact. That is a phosphate fertilizer byproduct you can call Mosaic or Solvay. Those are the two companies that provide it. They will not provide one single safety study. See, they keep using safe and effective, safe and effective. Haven't you heard that to your ill by the pro-fluoridationists? Well, it's not safe. There's not one safety study that say humans or animals can ingest it, and they can't even provide them. And it's not effective because it doesn't work when ingested. And none of the 90 endorsers of fluoride for ingestion will back hydrofluorosilicic acid. Not one of those endorsers will say that hydrofluorosilicic acid would even work on brushing your teeth. It is a toxin that the EPA says you have to get rid of a certain way.
Anthony Fernandez is a Santa Rosa dentist. He spoke after you did, I guess, at the meeting last night. But he has called you and your folks public health terrorists.
Yes. And I'm still really nice.
Harsh.
I know. I'm still really nice to him because the thing is, I know that when you know you're winning is when the other side has to call you names. So I'm fine. It's cool. Rock on.
Dawna Gallagher-Stroeh, the water goddess of Sonoma County. How's your husband?
Oh, he's doing great. He's love
that guy.
He's working on the railroad. Seriously, he got on a railroad board. Now he's working on the railroad. I thought I'd add a little.
Give him my best.
I know, and when we're going to have Paul Connick come back by. He'll have to come by and sing with you again too, huh?
Yeah.
During this campaign.
All right, cool.
But anyway, so anyone who wants to know any information in Healdsburg, go to fluoride-free HBG.org. And I really believe that the people in Healdsburg, once they get the facts, will choose. Because they realize that people can go get fluoridated water at the store, or they can get toothpaste, or they can go to their dentist and get tablets and treatments. I think it's not fair to make the other people ingest it, take a shower in it, that don't want it. So it's really about choice.
Dawna, thank you so much. Good to see you as always.
Thank you.